Hey folks, I'm best-selling author of The Power of Zero, David McKnight. In today's video, you'll see part 4 of my interview with financial advisor and radio show host David Hayes, in which we discuss, among other things, why cash value life insurance is exploding in popularity despite what its critics are saying.
I like this one. If you were president, how would you solve the nation's fiscal problems? Tell us about that one.
That was a long time ago. I can remember the broad strokes of that podcast. I basically said that I would be a one-term president because I know that whatever I proposed would tick off so many different people that there's no way I would ever get elected for a second term. But basically, it would be I would raise revenue and I would cut expenses, and I would do it starting today. And I would lay out for the American public. I would spend my 4 years touring the country, making a case to the public, sort of like what David Walker's been doing for the last 8 years or so. I would just do this fiscal wake-up tour, but as president of the United States, and I would go visit, every single state, and I would hopefully draw stadiums full of people, and I would talk to them about how we're sort of marching into this financial apocalypse, and that we got to make some tough decisions, and we have to make them soon. And every year that goes by where we don't make these tough decisions means that our, either ourselves or our kids or grandkids are going to have to live in a world where they give 50% of their revenue, of their income, to the IRS. They got to work the first 6 months of the year for the IRS before they earn $1 for themselves. So that's how I would handle it. I would just fall on my sword, one-term president, and just get the word out.
Be done. Had we done something when David Walker basically retired, Clinton and Bush as the comptroller of the United States of America, I believe it was back in 07-ish. That's when he was on Time, and he was on 60 Minutes, and he was all over the place, and people watched it and they were like, what? Had we done something then, it would have been so much easier, because just like every problem, the longer you wait to deal with it, the bigger and harder it becomes to solve. So I think it would take someone with some real kahunas to go in there and say, you know what? Today's the day, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix this, fix that, and do this and do that. And they're going to say, all right, go for it. And then the things you do makes people so mad and so angry that you would not be reelected. Guaranteed. I actually had it was kind of around my hometown. There was a time where I was convinced I would accept the responsibility of mayor. And people were like, you're going to run for mayor? I'm saying, no, I'm not going to run for anything, but I will accept the responsibility. And here's the things that I'll do. Number one, I'm going to fix our homeless problem. 2, I'm going to make our police force the biggest and baddest. People want to beg to come in, not beg to leave. I'm going to cut expenses and lower taxes, and I'm only going to do it one time, and I'll do it for free. And everyone that I told that to would say, oh my gosh, well, I said it so much to so many people. So Dave, you may be getting the same question. People would literally walk up to me and say, are you running for mayor? And I'm like, maybe. Well, then my wife said, there's too many serious comments going on out here. She goes, and I think that if anyone, you cannot do this. Number one, you can't do it to me, because if anyone said anything negative towards you, I'd want to kill them. And I said, well, that's why I married you, to have my back. So for that reason, I am out, like Shark Tank or something like that. So I'm with you. I think your wife might kill someone too if people said too many bad things about you. And you've got enough kids, you got a little army. I wouldn't want to take that.
Oh yeah, I've got a baseball team of players at my back. So yeah,
I love it.
That would, for what it's worth, Dave, I would vote for you if I were a denizen of your town and you ran, I would vote for you. You'd have my vote.
I appreciate that. I'm afraid I might have a few others too, and I'd have to accept the job and actually be on a schedule. All right, let's take a break. We're gonna come back and wrap up the show. It's Your Money with David Hayes. All right. We got about 5 minutes. Okay. Are you ready? All right. Welcome back, everyone. Your Money with David Hayes, the one and only David McKnight, the author of Power of Zero, and a new book coming out called The Guru, I think you said, or Guru Gap.
Guru.
The Guru.
No, just Guru. Chapter 1 is The Guru Gap, but the title is Guru. That's the working title. Publishers could always change it, but that's the one I'm going with for now.
So the theme of today's show, and the theme of really your entire message, is number one, understand where we are as a country. Number 2, if you don't believe this can happen, then look at our past, right? Look at our history. If you don't think taxes can double, look at our past. It's happened before. It's been there before. And the other thing is you didn't do something about it. So hopefully what you do and what I've been able to do, hopefully here in the community, is get people to move. And they've made it pretty easy on us. They've given us Roth 401ks. They've given us Roth IRAs. They've given us the most coveted tax code is tax code, 7702 or something like that, the treatment of life insurance. That one, I use it myself, and I know you do as well. And people are like, what do you do? I cram as much money into my life insurance policy as possible with the lowest amount of death benefit to keep that gap so it's always tax-free, gross tax-free. I can take it out tax-free. I die, it's tax-free. Dave, I think life insurance, annuity, any of these insurance products are certainly getting some traction that they used to not get because people are becoming aware of what's available to them.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I'm writing this book, because universally, these financial gurus, when you see them online, be it Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey, and Dave Ramsey says the only people that do cash value life insurance either easy dupes or they just haven't researched it. And Susie Orman says if
it's people with a lot of money, it's people with a lot of money that do it.
Right. Susie Orman says if anybody ever talks about life insurance, you're to shut down the conversation and never talk to that person again. So on the other side of the ledger, you have Ed Slott, who is a CPA, who the USA Today called America's IRA expert. I mean, he's been on PBS all across the country. He says life insurance is the single greatest benefit in the IRS tax code. So that tells us that somebody is either speaking in vagaries and just doesn't want to address it, and someone on the other side actually does understand it and is willing to go on record saying there is some real value behind a policy when used and structured in the right way, which you referenced. You get as little death benefit as the IRS requires of you. You stuff as much money into it as the IRS allows. And you're sort of mimicking all of the tax-free benefits of the Roth IRA without any of the limitations of the Roth IRA. And you're getting a death benefit that doubles as long-term care. So there's some real benefit. Is it your entire retirement plan? Like maybe sometimes you see on TikTok. No, it's not a silver bullet. It's not a panacea, but it is a wonderful complement to all of the other tax-free streams of income that we've talked about today.
It's just a piece of my pie as well. And, you know, when I look at I have one son, like I always thank you for bailing me out and helping the demographic trend, although you are in Puerto Rico, not in San Jose. So anyway, but I'm like my son, my mom used to say, thank God I had one girl because someone would take care of me when I got old. She had three boys and one girl. And I'm like, I have one son. There's no chance he's ever going to take care of us. So I told him I'm going to have as much money as possible, and a lot of it's through the insurance programs, that you can put me up in the Taj Mahal, me and your mom. And that's why I have so much. I have so much not only for the tax-free accumulation that I get, but also a ton for long-term care. You mentioned that. That's something where I can accelerate my benefit ahead of time, tax-free. I can pay whoever I want to pay. I don't have to go into a facility. These are great, great benefits. And you cover these in your podcast, so people need to check it out. So, Dave, it's something that people just need to know about and hear it from a true guru.
That's right. And the real thing, and the thing that you mentioned there that people underestimate is long-term care. I mean, if you're over age 50, I guarantee that you and your spouse have 4 of something. What do you have? You got 4 parents, right? And what's the likelihood that one of those parents is going through a long-term care event even as we speak? It's pretty high. And so what people around this age between 50 and 60, they're always starting to ask themselves a question, this burning platform. What do I do about long-term care? And the traditional approach was you pay for an expensive long-term care policy where it's a use it or lose it. You die peacefully in your sleep, never having used it, and it goes to pay for someone else's long-term care, at least with the life insurance plan. If you die peaceful in your sleep, never having needed it, someone's still getting a death benefit, probably your kids or your grandkids. Okay, folks, that was part 4 of my interview with David Hayes. If you would like some help implementing a balanced, comprehensive approach to tax-free retirement that shields you from the impact of higher taxes, head on over to davemcknight.com and click on the Connect with an Advisor button. I'm happy to refer you to an advisor in the Power Zero network that has been trained, vetted, and qualified personally by me. If you're a financial professional and want to learn how to become a certified Power Zero advisor, head over to powerzero.com and opt into my free video series. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them into the comment section below. I'll respond to every single one of them personally. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell so you never miss a video. This is David McKnight. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.